those were the reasons why you chose St. Anthony? Like, you weren't necessarily like recruited there or anything like that? So, now now that you decided to go there, what was that freshman year experience like? What level did you play?
It's crazy.
What was that?
So the whole, like, the setup there is so crazy just because it's a storied program. Mm-hmm. And so, like, a lot of people go there to play basketball, but the way they do it too is that, like, basically what year you are, like, you have priority. So, like, if you're a freshman and, like, you could play JV, but there's already, like, a sophomore that's there, like, they can't play freshman, but you can play freshman. So you'll stay freshman team kind of thing like that. So when I'm going through the whole tryout process and all that, like, I mean, it's 100 people in there. But, I'm doing well. Me and a couple other freshmen, we would go up to the JV side and do their workouts, even sometimes go up to the varsity and do their workouts or whatever, blah, blah. But, so we ended up on freshman, and so I'm playing freshman. It was cool. I was 6 man or whatever. I'm playing the wing. It was cool. And then what happened was varsity took JV's big man. So JV took our big man. So I started every game my freshman year at the center. So I think
on the JV level.
On freshman.
On freshman
team,
okay.
Yeah. So I think that was like a little tough for me, just because I never played the big. I just came off 8th grade. I was playing the point or whatever. Yeah. Then all summer I'm playing like the wing, one of the guards or whatever. So then now I'm having to play like my back to the basket. I'm guarding other bigs and stuff. So that was tough. That was definitely tough for me, and I think it was a shot to my confidence a lot. But the one thing I think I learned there, which stuck with me and actually helped me like later on, which is crazy, was I learned how to take charges. That's crazy.
Got you. So now, going into that summer now, you wrap up your freshman year. You have a different experience playing a different position pretty much. What are you thinking about doing going into that 9th grade summer? I know AAU is a thing now. You're more competitive. What is that like, that 9th grade summer?
Yeah, so this is my first year really getting into AAU. And then, I think I didn't know anything about basketball. So I think that also like made decisions hard, ultimately. So, but, of course my dad knew Gauchos, but the year I came was the year they lost their Nike deal. So really independent, just kind of figuring things out or whatever. Most of the stuff we did was local. But so I go to Gauchos and I try out. Actually, I remember I tried out in 8th grade and I got cut. But I came back 9th grade and I made the team. And then, I just wanted to be a wing. Honestly, I wanted to get back to being a wing. I know I didn't want to be a 5-man, be a center. Like, it just wasn't for me. I wasn't comfortable.
So that's all you was looking forward to, like, pretty much.
Yeah, I was just trying to get back on the wing. I think, like, in tryouts, the way I really made the team, honestly, was, I think it was like the first tryout day I made it, and then the second day we started going like full court or whatever, and I was not missing. I hit like 8 threes or something, like in a row damn near. So that's really how I made the team. So that I was just trying to make that my thing. All right, I'm on the wing. I can shoot. Cool. I showed that.
Got you. So y'all played local. How did you do with them throughout that summer?
I got off to a slow start, I would say. I remember, I'm playing here and there. Like, I'm athletic. I'm one of the taller guys. After my freshman year, I was like 6'1" now. So, like, as far as running and kind of defending and rebounding, like, I'm kind of doing those things, but just offensively, nothing was really like going well. I wasn't really shooting well enough to start. And I just remember we went to Ohio to the King James tournament. And I remember my mom and dad was there, and they threatened me to, like, we gonna go home. Like, if you're not gonna start hooping, like, we going home kind of thing. And after that, I had, like, a great game. Like, I had, like, I don't know, 13 or something like that probably. A couple chase down blocks. Like, so that was, like, when it first, that's probably, like, July maybe. So that's when it first, like, started to turn. I started actually, all right, playing well and, gaining some confidence. And this is my first time outside the city.
Right.
So it was different.
All right. So now, going into your sophomore year, what are you going back to St. Anthony's, or Or
so I transferred. And I really transferred. I mean, I would have stuck it out basketball wise. Like, it wasn't really, it was what it was. I'm coming back now for summer AAU. Like, all right, I'm going back. I'm going to go to JV now. I'm going to try to get back to the win. But academically, my mom didn't like it because she felt like it wasn't challenging me. So I had like 105 in math, like 103 in English, and like 102 in Spanish. Like, to the point to where I'm like the teacher's assistant. Like, dudes got questions, they're like, yo, just Sean, go help me. So my mom was like, all right, he not really, how he gonna get into college? This school not like really challenging him, blah blah. So I ended up going to Berkeley Carroll in Brooklyn, which is a private school. That was crazy.
We gonna get into that. When you say it was crazy? Go in depth about that. Like, what was the academic? How rigorous was it academically at Berkeley Carroll?
First off, it was a culture shock. Like, this is the first time I ever felt like I didn't belong somewhere. My first English class was a Shakespeare class. So we in there really reading like Shakespeare plays, like reenacting them, things like that. And my first history class was an Irish history class. I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? So I'm in there trying to, follow along and all that. And also, I'm living in Jersey at the time, and I'm going to Brooklyn, so it's like an hour and a half or whatever. So I'm getting up at 6, getting out the house like 6:30, getting there at 8. Like, so I mean, it was hard, definitely an adjustment for me. And then during the season, I'm not getting home till 10:30. Like, so it was tough.
Ooh, wow. How does the season go? During that sophomore year.
So my sophomore year was the first time I really this is the first time I actually was like, all right, basketball could really, be the thing for me, like be the vehicle for me. My first couple weeks was a little slow just because I'm coming to a new school. Everybody already been here. They was all on the team last year. They all know each other. So I know I'm like either the best or like the second guy or whatever. So I'm not really trying to step on no toes and like that. Like, I'm not trying to, make anybody feel no type of way. But we get to our Christmas tournament, and that's kind of where it all changed. And everybody was like, all right, like, yeah, he got it. And we had a game versus, I don't remember, some school that's like a high level like school or whatever, like private school or whatever in the city. And then they had some kid that was like highly or being like recruited well. And we were getting killed. I mean, we was down like 30-8 or something like that. Like first half. And then the second half, I had like 25 in the second half. And we ended up losing by 1. But then like I made all tournament team, whatever. And that was day 1. Day 2 came back. I had like 27 that game too. And so my confidence I was up. And I hit both of these games. I hit like 5+ threes or whatever. I caught like my first dunking game, the game before. So this sophomore year was like the first time I was like, okay, like, nah, I'm actually all right. I'm probably like 6'3" now, maybe 6'3", 6'4" and then that like kind of led me into the summer.
So now going into that summer now, like you did, pardon me, before I get to the summer, you said your confidence pretty much went up. So do you pretty much finish the year pretty strong?
Yeah, I averaged like 19 that year, I think.
Okay, how much winning do y'all do as a unit?
We ended up losing in the semifinals of our conference or whatever.
Got you.
But overall, I mean, I want to say we lost like 6 games, maybe 5 games.
Pretty solid season.
Yeah.